the Philadelphia Eagles were able to go out there and rout the Detroit Lions. We put up 40 plus points, looked like a dominant run offense, and it looked like we can be a team to be reckoned with. I don't care how many wins or losses the Detroit Lions have. I don't care what they may or may have not been leading up to this game. What we do know is that they were able to fight against some good teams, and we were able to take all the fight out of them. No kneecaps being bit over here. But what does this say about Jalen Hurts? What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. Now, I want to talk about this game. Obviously, I'm very happy that we won, and none of this is going to be complaining. This is me just kind of reading into the numbers. Now, we look at what everybody has been saying about Jalen Hurts and how they feel if we give him chances, if we give him this run game, he can improve, that they think that he can develop through us developing a run game. Now, we saw yesterday, obviously, we were run heavy, and it was run first and ask questions later. Now, that is awesome, and it obviously is a way that we can win these games, but I don't necessarily believe that taught you much about Jalen. Now, before we get into my thoughts on this, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. You already know the vibes. But I do want to say this, man. Jalen Hurts went out there, only threw the ball 14 times. I think he was our lead rusher again. But this is the type of offense that I think we can succeed as a team. Now, at the quarterback position, your first duty is not to be the lead rusher. At the end of the day, you have to pass the ball. At the end of the day, you have to make the plays that are called in the pass game. We did not see that yet again last game. We can look at the numbers and say that he had a good PFF rating, but the eye test doesn't lie. A lot of stats don't tell the full story. Most stats don't tell the full story. So when you watch this game, there were plays that were left out there. There were bad throws. There were times that he ran out of the pocket when it was still a clean pocket. And this is all stuff we have to learn. So my question is, did the Eagles hide Jalen Hurts? Or did they surround Jalen Hurts with a better game plan? And in my opinion, it feels like we hid Jalen Hurts. And not only that you hid Jalen Hurts, you hid him against probably the worst team in the league right now. Not probably, I mean, they're 0-8, right? So you hit him against the worst team in the league. And this is a team that you could have got some answers from as far as the passing game goes. If he couldn't put some numbers up in the passing game against this team, you know, when do you realistically trust him? When will you start trusting him to carry your offense? And before you say we don't need him to be that guy, you do. At the end of the day, the quarterback position, once you start getting the playoff games, once you start getting deeper into the season, you have a little bit more, tape on teams. It comes down to the talent and execution of your quarterback. And if our quarterback cannot be relied upon to throw the ball more than 20 times, that's something that we have to be honest about. Do I think that, Jalen Hurts played terribly? Obviously not. Jalen Hurts did what he had to do. But at the same time, can we not overlook it? And I'm not mad that we won the way that we won. I'm not mad that we ran the ball a bunch of times. I'm happy that we did. But, this didn't teach us anything about Jalen, or did it? Did this teach us about Jalen? Did this teach us what they feel about Jalen? Maybe they took the first half of the season to try and give him a chance to prove he can be that guy that we can rely on in clutch situations as a thrower. But I feel like he's continuously showing us that he's not improving upon the things that he needs to. I think that Jalen has great leadership. I think that he's a very fun guy to watch, play football when it comes to plays breaking down. But I hear far too often how the offensive line's not holding up for him, which isn't true. Or far too often I hear, how Devontae Smith's not getting open, which is not true at all. I hear so much blame getting thrown around to these guys that are having good games and good seasons on their own accord that aren't getting the ball because of Jalen Hurts. It is what it is. You guys can hate me for that. It is what it is. And I don't think that, like I said, if we would have lost this game and it was on Jalen Hurts, I probably would have been sitting here saying he needs to be benched. We need to see what we got out of Gardner. But the fact that they gave him no opportunity to win or lose this game. They literally took the ball out of his hand, and that's what I was telling you guys, is that if you keep on begging for a run game and begging for the RPOs to stop, this is what it's going to look like. he's going to be a game manager. So if you feel comfortable with that as a franchise, and it doesn't come down to the Eagles fans, because I know as an Eagles fan, I'm cool. If you guys want to just be a running team and you want Jalen Hurts to be the kind of ringleader of that show, I'm down with that. I really don't mind that, because to me, he's not a great or an elite passer yet. He might down the road get there, but right now he's not. So if you want to develop him over time, this is probably the best way to do it. If you're saying give him a couple years, but if your mentality as a franchise is we have to figure it out this year or go get someone, then this probably doesn't teach you much about Jalen Hurts. This doesn't really up his value. It just kind of shows you don't have much trust in him. I am very on the fence whether I believe this franchise believes in Jalen Hurts or not. I really don't think they do. I mean, and you look at the first year of Carson Wentz versus the first year of Jalen Hurts. I know a lot of people want to call this his first year, but I think it's his second year. And if you look at Carson Wentz's second year, we surrounded him with talent. We surrounded him with players that would help him elevate his game. I don't feel like we've done that with Jalen Hurts. And I'm not talking about wide receivers. I'm not talking about running backs. I'm not even talking about O-line. I'm talking about the guys holding the clipboard, right? How is Joe Flacco, who said he's not here to help that quarterback, how did he help Jalen? How did Gardner Minshew help Jalen? How did all these guys that came in here help Jalen? And they haven't. We haven't had a Chase Daniels type quarterback that can just sit there and basically coach up, Jalen Hurts. We haven't even had a Josh McCown. I know it's only 2 years, but if you are all in on a quarterback, you put people around him that can help him elevate his game on and off the field. And I feel like we did that in the draft. I do like the Devontae Smith pick. I know there's talk whether or not that was, Howie's decision or it just kind of happened. Either way, we have them. I think that we do have good running backs. We did, solidify that offensive line. Obviously, you have very good tight ends. So I think offensively, we did as much as we could to try and surround him with a good team. The play calling in the beginning of the year obviously wasn't the best. But at the same time, he had the players there. He had the plays there to make. So I'm not saying that all is, this just continues my train of thought that Jalen's bad. No, I mean, look, if this is what you want to do with Jalen, then this is what you want to do with Jalen. But you got to pick something. As a franchise, you got to pick something. And I just feel like you're now trying to hide Jalen Hurts instead of trying to develop him. I don't know. If you don't believe in Jalen, then make that decision. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is something we've been saying since the offseason. If you don't believe in Jalen, then make that decision and put somebody in. Figure out what this coaching staff is. Because now I feel like Nick Sirianni, with the exception of Jalen Hurts, likes his team. Now it kind of feels like Nick Sirianni can make something shake with this team without Jalen Hurts on it. That's how I'm feeling. Do we need Jalen Hurts to run for 77 yards a game? Do we need that? Do we need that? Would you rather have 77 yards more in the air? Like, wouldn't it be more efficient or more effective to have a good quarterback that can get the ball to the open receiver and also have a great running game? I feel like we knew we had a good running team. We had a team that could run the ball. Now we got shown that. No, it's against the Lions, but we just got shown that we can run the ball against teams. It is time to continue to do that. And look, I hate it because I feel like I'm hating on Jalen because y'all give me PTSD every time I talk about Jalen. I feel like I'm a hater. But it's really not hate on Jalen. It's really just like we've seen what he is. Is that going to change because he threw the ball less? I've said this before. Us having a running game is not going to fix the issues he has. They're just going to hide them. So I feel like we just hid the quarterback this week. How long can we play hide the quarterback? That's the real question. How far is that going to take us? At some point, we have to ask our quarterback to win us games. Is Jalen that guy? I just don't think he is. Like I said, if you're willing to wait a couple years and build the team around him, maybe he can get there. I just don't know. But realistically, like I said, what I learned from this, or what I'm feeling like I'm learning from this game, is that this team, this front office, this coaching staff feels like they are good enough to win without Jalen Hurts. And it kind of feels like they felt like he was losing them some games. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, it is what it is. This is all assumptions. These are all assumptions. I'm not 100% sure what's going on out there. I don't think anybody is. And realistically, the Detroit Lions game doesn't tell me that we're a good team. It tells me that we have something we can do good. Now, if we can consistently do that, if we can consistently come out with that game plan, I think that shows us something. I think that tells us that we can be a good team. So let's see what happens. It helped everybody. The defense looked a lot better without, having to be on the field for 45 minutes a game. So hopefully we can continue this. Hopefully this is a trend now that we can start. But I don't know. I'm not holding my breath. But you guys let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Other than that, y'all know what it is. It's Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. Peace!
Yeah, Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog, or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco, thanks for tuning in.